Hey guys and girls, welcome to my channel. This is Crypto Gamer, where we talk about all things crypto. It's not just about gaming, even though that's my name on YouTube. I just had to try and find a name, and that's something that stuck with me as I'm a big gamer and a big crypto lover. So it's just a name. We will talk about crypto gaming, something that I'm really interested in, passionate about, and I believe that gaming in Web3 will be a $1 trillion asset very soon, and it's got huge potential. So on my YouTube channel, every so often, I will take one crypto coin, crypto company in the gaming sphere and elaborate a bit. So if there's anything that you want me to any gaming, NFT, metaverse, crypto that you want me to talk about, just leave some comments below. We'll also on my channel talk about the news and some technical analysis, especially on Bitcoin. A little bit about myself. This is my first YouTube video, and I've been thinking about doing this for quite some time now. I've been in crypto for about 6 years, but never really got around to shooting any videos. I mean, life happens, and most of my friends have told me that I should start shooting videos just to give you my experience and thought on things. So none of this is financial advice. It's just for educational purposes only. So take what I say with a pinch of salt, and you make up your own mind, do your own research. Again, this is just for educational purposes only. Big shout outs to a lot of YouTubers, just a few, that got me involved in crypto a few years ago, 5-6 years ago, such as Carl from the Moon, Chris from LLCrypto. At the time, BitBoy Crypto, I was really interested in his videos. It's obviously a shame what's happened over the last few weeks, months with him, but hopefully things work out for both sides. Ivan on Tech as well, another big shout out to him, Altcoin Daily, and many others that got me really involved with crypto. So on my channel, like I said, we'll talk about some of the news, some technical analysis, some TA, and then I will also have separate videos talking about, for those geeks and nerds out there, or web developers, we'll have separate videos on web development. So it is crypto, but also I'll have other videos about web development, because I'm a front-end web developer. So I'll be teaching you, those that are interested in different frameworks and languages in mobile and web development. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at the main news, and then we'll do some technical analysis. So the SEC postpones Ethereum ETF decisions and Bitcoin ETF decision extended to 2024. Surprise, surprise. I don't think anyone will be surprised about this. It says that the US Secretaries, or the SEC, has deferred its decisions on Ethereum exchange-traded funds proposed by ARK Invest 21 shares and VanEck under Section 19b2 of the Act 5. The Commissioner's verdicts, originally expected in mid-October, have been postponed until December 25 and 26, 2023, respectively, for ARK Invest and 21 shares and VanEck's proposals. As of Thursday, these Nasdaq-listed proposals have received no comments. This delay comes on the heels of a previous postponement on the decision regarding a spot Bitcoin ETF. The SEC has now extended the decision date for the ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF to January 10, 2024. I don't think this comes as a surprise. Just keep postponing. I mean, it will happen sooner rather than later, this Bitcoin ETF and Ethereum, and it will probably be one of the catalysts for the next upcoming bull market, which should start in 2024, the beginning. Because don't forget, we have the Bitcoin halving that will happen I think in March, or at the end of March, early April. And so, I mean, all these things, all the FUD that we see, I mean, like I said, over the last 6 years, it's just a cycle, repeating again. So next year, most likely, it will happen, and then the bull run will commence. Another news, Do Kwon's lawyer says that the SEC's request to extradite him to the US is impossible. Interesting article. It talks about Do Kwon's lawyers, the lawyers representing imprisoned Terraform Labs co-founder Do Kwon, have urged a US federal court to reject a request from the SEC to question Kwon in America by October 13. In a new filing, Kwon's legal team argued it was impossible for their client to comply with the SEC's request due to his ongoing detention in Montenegro, where he does not have a scheduled release date. They noted that providing a written testimony to the SEC's questions would violate his due process rights under US laws. So this Do Kwon situation just seems to be going on forever. We'll see what happens between him and the SEC. Our friend Gary Gensler, our crypto friend, our buddy. SEC Chair Gary Gensler says vast majority of crypto tokens meet the investment contract test. SEC Chair Gary Gensler has testified before the House Financial Service Committee. In his recent congressional testimony, Gensler reiterated the SEC's stance on being technology neutral and not prejudging. Some believe he missed an opportunity to be seen as a visionary leader by opting for a more nuanced compliance strategy, acknowledging that not all digital assets should be automatically classified as securities. I mean, you can read the rest, but our friend Gary is at it again. It's strange because in the past, I mean, I've seen his videos from MIT on YouTube, and it's like a complete 180 degrees swing on his view on crypto. But yeah, you can read that. So that's other news about our friend Gary. And finally, before we look at some technical analysis, you probably heard of this. Coinbase CEO urges UK customers to abandon Chase over crypto transaction ban. So Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, has publicly criticised JP Morgan's UK subsidiary Chase UK for its recent decision to ban all crypto-related transactions. Armstrong took to X, formerly known as Twitter, on Tuesday to condemn the move and urged UK crypto holders to close their Chase accounts in response. I mean, it is getting harder and harder, in my opinion, to buy crypto from a bank. I mean, I've had to fight previous banks because I just wanted to put not that much on crypto, but they wouldn't allow me. Some family members back in the UK tried to buy crypto, and their accounts were almost not closed, but frozen because of fraud. So I mean, banks obviously are not really most banks are not liking the world of crypto, sadly. And I mean, more and more people are going into crypto, and the banks are going to be left behind. So that brings us now to some TA. So they were the four major stories, most popular stories. So what's happening with Bitcoin? As you know, so I'm at the weekly time frame. I don't have much on I don't have a lot of lines and everything, drawings yet. I took a lot off. But as you can see, the volume is quite low. And I mean, we've been sideways now since March. I mean, the last 6 months, it's just been sideways. Yes, we had a few pumps, but then dumps. So be very careful. We did break this trend line back in August. I mean, I watched this and it was absolutely insane. I mean, over 30 minutes or 1 hour, just absolutely wrecked me on one trade. But it is what it is. Best thing is to stay in the game. If you and make sure just to have some stop losses if you're trading on Bybit or any other trading platform. Okay, so if we just take it down to the 1 day, just a second, let me just fit this. Okay, now we are testing the 26,500. It did come up but then came straight back down, so we'll probably most likely keep going sideways. We could even come back down to the 25k and test it again, which would be interesting. I did look at the Fibonacci retracement. I don't remember where I put it. Wait, there, not this way. Delete that. Just, there we go, it'll be easier. From the local high here to this low about there. I mean, if we do, we could come up to the 0.618 level in the short term, but then there's resistance here, and we could roll right back over. We're coming to the end of the month now anyway, so usually October, November, going into Christmas, usually really good months. I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise Bitcoin does what it wants. I mean, I've seen that over the years. Know how much technical analysis we give. I mean, it does what it wants at the end. At the end of the year, we could see a 70k Bitcoin, 80k pre-halving. It wouldn't surprise me after being in the game about 6 years. That wouldn't surprise me. But just be careful. There's one thing I wanted to show. If for those that are trading on the lower time frames, let me just fit this. Yeah, again, if you're trading this, just be careful. We could, yeah, again, it's around the 26.5. We're almost there anyway. We could come back up, but what is that? It's another, could come up to about here. It's only 1%. I mean, I'm more of a swing trader, so I'm not really interested in the daily trades. I prefer to look at the zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out, as they say. Let's go straight on the day, back to the daily. And so again, for the last 6 months, we've just been going sideways. We did break this trend. So we could go, I mean, there is that gap in the CME's futures gap at 21k. But the longer we stay in this range before the end of the year, I don't think it will happen this year, just my opinion. It could happen. We could see a situation where we pump all the way back up around between 45, 50. Some are saying maybe 70 to 90. I don't think it will go there by the end of the year. Bitcoin does what it wants. And then the big institutions come in, dump it right back down, get their positions just before or around the Bitcoin halving. Okay, so just be careful out there. If you're doing daily trades, for me, I always wait for the swing trades. I had a really good trade here and here, and here as well. So I got quite lucky with these 3 moves. I made about 35% on leverage, 100%. The same here was about 90% profits, and here I think it was about 50%. But then I got wrecked here, and I forgot. I made a schoolboy error, and the one time I forgot to put a stop loss, I got absolutely destroyed in about 1 hour. So just be careful if you're trading, do your own research. Again, it's not financial advice, but there's not really much. I mean, if we look at okay, we formed a higher low here. If we look up, so it looks okay, but just be careful. And we could come up to the 27k and then roll back over again. Okay, so in the indicators, just before we finish, there is another thing I wanted to show you in the divergence. On the daily, we did have this bullish divergence. So normally we do have a bit of a rally. So we could see back up to 20, 28, going towards a 30, but then probably come back down, retest, and shoot up. Okay, so that's the news and a little bit of TA. It is my first YouTube channel, so please smash up the likes, the bell button, subscribe, and I'll try and make daily content and even some shorts on YouTube. So thanks guys, and see you tomorrow.